my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty enthusiast and consultant who loves to talk about everything dealing with beauty and makeup, and today you guys have asked and your girl has delivered. We are talking about two setting powders that I can't stop hearing about, and I'm just a little late to the game trying them. We have the SAIE Loose Powder. It's called the AIRSET Loose Powder. And then the Rare Beauty. This is the Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Powder. So we will be doing a wear test between the two, you guys. I cannot wait for this one because both of these powders sound amazing. I've heard really great things about them. And your girl's got some thoughts. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. And let's get right into this video. Before we get started, I know you're like, Chelsea, what's on your lips? And even if you're not, I'm gonna tell you. EYESHADOW has come out with some new dual lip liners. So EYESHADOW did send them to me. They did not ask me to talk about them in this video, but I wanted to. And so the shade that I have on is Brazen. We get this beautiful like hot coral orange color, which I have on my bottom lip. And then this really beautiful cool toned pink, almost fuchsia type of color. The shades have mixed a little bit because I put on a gloss on top. So you might see a little bit of each shade on both lips. But I just really like this contrast. I made a little reels and I said, well, we will start this video with this cute little lip color. You can get this on EYESHADOW. I'll have a link down below. Okay, let's get into the video. So first, starting with the SAIE Loose Powder. So here's the outer packaging. Very sleek, very much the same size as their cream bronzer. So if you have their cream bronzer, the loose powder is the same size as the cream bronzer. So it retails for $30. It comes in 3 shades. I did get the middle shade, which is called Translucent Medium. We get a total of 4 grams of product or 0.14 ounces of product. The shade Translucent Medium is said to be for light medium to medium tan skin tones. Some high points of this particular powder is that it's going to be cruelty-free. It's said to have a radiant finish. The brand SAIE is a clean brand at Sephora. It is best for oily combination and oily skin, and it's fragrance-free. So this is a weightless and translucent loose setting powder made with a unique air cream technology that sets, smooths, and diffuses for a radiant finish. So it has squalane in it, which is a hydrator that keeps moisture locked into the skin to help it to appear plump and youthful. Then we have aerated cream technology that's going to allow for the powder to be weightless and oil absorbing. And then it's going to be formulated with ethically sourced mica that will provide luminosity. A couple other things that I want to point out about this powder is that the formulation is going to be vegan and cruelty-free and gluten-free, and the packaging is recyclable. So I took this powder and I initially used my beauty sponge from Beauty Blender. It was slightly damp, like really not too damp at all, but it was slightly damp. And I used that to initially start to apply the powder under the eye. And I will say this shade, Translucent Medium, is not going to be a shade that I will want to use under the eye because it's pretty much my skin tone. So as you can see from the demo, it definitely made my under eye darker and not just more bright. So for me, I would need to go to the lightest shade to have a shade to set the under eyes with, and then I would use Translucent Medium for the rest of my face. I also feel like it definitely added some color to my face. You guys tell me what you see. I have not seen the footage, but I felt like, especially when I went in with the SAIE powder and I was looking at the other side of my face, I was like, I feel like this added some color. And this is supposed to be a translucent shade, but I was like, this added some color, which my foundation was like a smidge hair light. So it kind of added the color that it needed, but I was not expecting that. I was like, okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So taking the beauty sponge and just like really pressing it into the skin, like I said, I felt like I actually got a lot of coverage. When I say a lot, for this to be a translucent, light, weightless type of formula. I also felt like it looked so blurring on the skin. Like even now, I've had both of these powders on for 3 hours at this point, and like I keep looking at this side and I'm like, this is smooth, honey. You already know, I got to compare this to the Kosas because that's my #1 smoothest, diffusest, flawless, filtered ready powder that I own, okay? Until I do a comparison, but for now, Kosas reigns supreme. However, I was like, SAIE, you might be giving Kosas a run for its money. Look how smooth this side looks. I am so here for this smoothness. I really feel like it really diffused and smoothed over my pores. So I generally have pores like right along here. For my primer, I just used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this is not going to be one of those primers that are going to fill the pores or anything like that. I also used the new foundation today. I just went in with all the new foundations. So I used the new foundation from Zara, which I've worn before. So today is not a first impression on the foundation. But I was like, these pores are like, where? She ain't got no pores. This powder is so smoothing. And even over my texture, I'll come in a little close. I've got some texture down here. And I really feel like it just looks really nice and smooth. It doesn't emphasize my texture, but my texture also doesn't look very dry or like cakey underneath the powder. I'm here for this powder. This looks so beautiful. 3 hours later, we hardly see any, we don't see any of my oils breaking through. And granted, it's just been 3 hours, but there are times where I can see my oils coming through at this point. So I did want to point that out. I really don't see any oils breaking through or coming through, but you do see radiance. Like, this is not dull and flat and matte. This powder definitely still has some, like, just a hint of radiance. Like, it's beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's go on to Rare Beauty because I'm starting to go off on a tangent already and we haven't even like gotten halfway through the day. So Rare Beauty, always an Optimist powder, comes in 4 shades, retails for $22, and we get a total of 0.33 ounces or 9.5 grams of product. So we do get more product with Rare Beauty than we do SAIE, and Rare Beauty is cheaper, okay? The shade that I have for Rare Beauty is going to be light medium, and the shade light medium says it's a true peach for light to medium complexions. Now, if you know me and you know complexion and how I like it, when I hear the word peach, I'm like, sign me up. Sign me all the way up. I love peachy tones in my complexion products. Getting a little deeper into what this product is supposed to do, this is best for oily combination and normal skin, same as the SAIE. It's going to have light coverage, formulated without parabens. It's going to have a natural finish, and the formula is vegan. So it says it's a silky, do-it-all, talc-free, loose setting powder to visibly smooth, blur, and control shine for a soft, natural finish and all-day comfort. Some other things that I'd like to point out about this powder is that it's going to be super finely milled and silky to the touch. It goes on light and airy to provide sheer, seamless coverage with subtle but visible radiance and a natural finish. It's supposed to help to extend the longevity of your makeup, blur the look of pores, and smooth skin's texture. So putting this onto the face, I was like, this side looks so beautiful, and I most definitely see, I would say I would see more radiance on this side of my face compared to this side of the face. So this side of the face, I do feel like my natural oils are starting to, when I say breakthrough, not like breakthrough to where it's breaking down the foundation and the powder, but I just see more radiance like right along here compared to here. And this is where if any oil or any of like that's gonna show up on my face, it's gonna start right here. So I see a little bit more here. And I also feel like the Rare Beauty side is not as blurring across the pores as the SAIE side, but my pores are blurred nevertheless. I feel like the Rare Beauty side, if I could say, might look a less blurring because it has a little bit more radiance. So, and I can see it like all across my face, which you all know, I am here for a glow at any day of the week and any time of the day. So I'm also here for this Rare Beauty powder. So coming in close so we can see what things look like just up close and personal. So taking a look at things up close, like I said, I feel like if we're looking at the Rare Beauty side, still looks really nice over my texture. So I've got some texture right along my jawline. And I feel like it still looks really nice, doesn't look cakey. It's not emphasizing my texture and making it look bad, but I definitely see more radiance on this Rare Beauty side. And then, like I was saying, I feel like you can see my pores a little bit more on the Rare Beauty side compared to the SAIE side, but I feel like my pores are still concealed and blurred and smoothed over. You just see less pores on the SAIE side. Like, I feel like if I didn't know myself, I'd be like, she doesn't have pores. The Rare Beauty side, I'd be like, oh yeah, I can see that she has some pores, but they're nice and blurred and smooth over. I'm looking at my forehead because I have some pores there. I can still see my pores like right here, and I can see them on both sides of my face, or both sides of my forehead. So I think you can see the noticeable difference in my pores like right along here. But I do like this Rare Beauty side. In terms of shade, I would say I could use the I'm holding up the wrong one. In terms of shade, I feel like I could use the Rare Beauty one under my eyes, but I also felt like it was just a little too deep for the under eye area. So for the Rare Beauty one, I probably would go up to the lightest shade. If I really enjoyed this one and wanted to get one to set the under eyes with, I would do that so that I could have like a little bit more of a brighter shade. Ironically, with both of these powders, they run a little deep, right? Let me know your thoughts if you have them. And when I say that, for instance, when I went to the Rare Beauty section to get this powder, I initially picked up medium, and I was like, whoa, this is like deep. Like, this is gonna be too deep for me. And then I went to another shade, and then I went to light medium, and I was like, light medium still looks a little deep. Like, I wouldn't expect this to be a shade that someone who is light medium would wear, or maybe they would wear it all over the face. But I thought this most definitely would have been perfect for my under eye, and I feel like I could go a little lighter. So, and same with the SAIE. So I would definitely say that they could most definitely use some shade extensions. I love that the shades are deeper. So like if you do have a deeper complexion, you're not sitting here wanting to use the powder but not having a shade. But you know, they definitely could, hopefully they will come out with more shades so you know more people can use them. In terms of coverage, I also felt like the Rare Beauty gave me some coverage too. I was like, okay, I'm here for the translucent powders that provide coverage, because I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. So I think these powders would work excellently for people who either don't like to wear foundation at all, but you want to look for a powder that can like smooth over some of your redness, kind of dull down the hyperpigmentation just slightly. I think you could definitely get it with both of them, SAIE more so than the Rare Beauty. I definitely see the sheer coverage with the Rare Beauty, but with the SAIE, I was like, are you sure you're not a powder foundation? Because I was just so, like, I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready for the coverage it brought, but I am enjoying the coverage. I just wasn't ready for it. I wasn't expecting it. I haven't watched any reviews on these powders, so I'm coming into this with my own opinions. I've just heard from you all in the comment section, like, hey, Chelsea, have you tried this? I love it. I'd love to hear your opinion or compare it to this. So I didn't know what to expect from either of these powders. I just heard that they were great. And that you all were like, I really would love to see a comparison. So, like I said, I think these will work great if you just want to put on a little powder to smooth over your face and just make it look really nice and perfected. Or if you like to wear a true Definitions tinted moisturizer and you want to add a powder to just kind of like, just add just a little something to it. I think these powders will work great for it. And now, I'm wondering, should I go and get the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer and see how the powder looks on top? I did a very short like in-store demonstration of the Rare Beauty tinted moisturizer, and it is so sheer. It is a true tint, a very true tint. And then I saw my friend Gabe Loves Makeup review it, and I could see that he could build it up ever so slightly. But I was just like, now I'm like, I wonder if this Rare Beauty powder could give the tint a little bit more coverage to maybe make the tint worth the while if you're someone who's wanting to, you know, have some coverage. So I don't know, I'll be thinking, leave me your thoughts. But this is what we're looking like 3 hours in. And you guys, I am loving both sides of the face. I think both sides look great. I love the radiance coming through from Rare Beauty, but like this flawlessness that's coming from SAIE, like honey, with a touch of radiance, let us not forget, okay? Taking these powders into natural lighting, they look stunning, and you can really see just like the overall flawlessness on the SAIE side. Taking them outside, both sides look amazing. And then flash photography, there's no flashback on either side of the face with either of these powders. But once again, you can really see more of the coverage coming from the SAIE side compared to the Rare Beauty side. So I did wear my mask today a couple of times. I took it off, put it on, and I feel like the powder stayed on really nicely. I didn't have any lines of demarcation from, you know, my mask being up here. I didn't have my mask on for an extremely long time, but I did have it on, you know, for maybe 20-30 minutes, took it off, put it back on, and the powder seemed to stay in place and protect the foundation underneath. So I did want to point that out. It did transfer onto my mask, so no one's saying that it's transfer proof, but I do feel like the powders did stay on quite well. So I'm gonna go about my day, carry on for a little bit more, and then we will check back in at the end of the day to share with you my final thoughts. But for now, leave me a comment down below and tell me which side you think looks better, so then we can see how you all feel at the end of the day. Okay guys, we are back. It is the end of the day. I've had both of these powders on for just shy of 8 hours. Like in 20 minutes, it'll be 8 hours. So pretty much a full day wear test for you all. Let's come in close and see what things are looking like. So remember, we have the SAIE loose powder on this side and the Rare Beauty on this side. And guys, yo, what do y'all think? Okay, straight up, this, guys, both sides are beautiful in their own right. So the SAIE side is so blurring. Like, I do see a little bit of my oils breaking through like right along here, but just the smoothness, I mean, and the radiance, it's so beautiful, and it's very just like, my skin is juicy and healthy, but it's not greasy or oily or anything like that. Like, I just feel like this SAIE powder is so smoothing. The Rare Beauty side, oh my, y'all, I forgot to mention, I have on no highlight, no liquid illuminator, nothing. And all of this radiance is definitely coming from the powder. The foundation that I'm wearing today is more of a matte foundation, so it's not even the foundation. My blush and my bronzer are powder blushes and bronzers. So this radiance that we see really is coming from the powder. And I'm here for that too. It's like, and the Rare Beauty side is also, like I said, it does have some blurring properties in it, and I can definitely see that my pores are more blurred than what they look like. But just comparing the two, I would say that SAIE definitely wins it in terms of like flawlessness and more of a blurred effect. The SAIE powder is bomb. Like, I'm looking at my Cosas powder, I'm like, Cosas, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, this video is coming so quickly because I myself just have to know which one of these is better. But, you know, that's for another video. But SAIE wins it for me in terms of just the smoothness and it being so blurred and flawless. And for 8 hours, just about 8 hours, this is looking so good. So when I first applied the SAIE powder, I was like, wow, I see a lot of coverage. And this is like, not dry on the face, but I could definitely see why this powder was geared more toward normal combination of oily skin. I was like, okay, this powder may really not work for people who have dry skin. However, as the day has gone on, I've, you know, allowed for my own oils to mix through with it. I think this looks so satin-like on the skin, and it really looks beautiful and effortless on the skin. So I'm wondering, if you have drier skin, if you were to apply this and maybe use your favorite setting powder, setting spray to like help the powder sink into your skin, I think you could enjoy this. And if you have the SAIE powder and you have drier skin, please leave us your comments down in the comment section so we know for sure. The Rare Beauty powder is said to be formulated for normal, combination, and oily skin. However, I think this would work probably better for people who have drier skin, normal skin, maybe combination. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know if you have oily skin, if this powder would keep your oils at bay, or if the radiance coming from the powder would, you know, maybe make you feel like your skin is looking more radiant than it is. But let's do some touching up, because I feel like these powders are gonna touch up beautifully, and I wanna know. So I'm gonna use this brush. This is the BK Beauty 108 brush, and I'm gonna use this with the SAIE powder. So taking some, dusting it off, and this touches up just like I thought it would. I thought it would touch up so nicely, and I just felt like it wouldn't be cakey, and it does not. So yes, if you have combination oily skin, I think this powder is definitely going to be one that you could really love, because it does mattify very nicely. But why I like it, as someone who doesn't like to look overly matte, I don't feel like it makes my skin look parched and dry, nor does my skin feel parched or dry. As a matter of fact, with both powders, I don't feel it on the skin at all. So I think the SAIE powder is for sure a really great win, because it doesn't feel heavy or cakey. It's gonna give you coverage if that's what you want, but it's also gonna feel very lightweight. And then what I really love about it, even more than the flawlessness of it, is that as it's moving with my skin throughout the day, it just looks prettier and prettier. Like, oh, yo, have we found a new holy grail? That's what I'm asking myself. Okay, let's touch up the Rare Beauty side. Going with the Wayne Goss Airbrush brush. Now let's touch it up here. And this is touching up very nicely as well. So with the Rare Beauty powder, if you have oilier skin, I think if you don't mind like your skin looking like you have just a little bit of radiance and you don't mind touching up, then I think you might like this powder. But I feel like just kind of off the back, if you had to choose between the two, I would say the SAIE would be better for people who have oilier skin, combination normal skin, and maybe dry skin. And then I would say the Rare Beauty powder would be geared toward more so people who have dry, normal, combination, maybe oily. So looking at both sides of the face now, definitely both sides do look a little more mattified, not as radiant, but we still see more radiance from this Rare Beauty side. That radiance, oh, it is so beautiful. Oh, and then this flawlessness. So I think both are winners, but if we're comparing, you know, blurred pores, one side to other, SAIE wins. Flawless finish, SAIE wins for that. But for in terms of like a radiant powder, both are surefire winners, and I think the Rare Beauty gives us more radiance than the SAIE does. So I want to hear your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Which side do you like better? SAIE, oh y'all, look at that. That is the powder. That is no highlight, no illuminator. Look at, these powders, y'all. If you can afford it, and if you have room in your collection, I say pick up both, because what I am gonna do is I'm definitely going to get another one for the under eye so I can compare that with Kosas from this SAIE, and I'm gonna think about it for Rare. I think for Rare, I think I might do both. I really do. And because the Sephora savings event is still going on, I'm gonna take advantage of that 20% off. I think I'm gonna get both in a lighter shade. Okay, y'all let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Which side do you like better, Rare or SAIE? Which one do you like if you have both of these, or if you have one or the other? I want to hear all the juice in the comment section below. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.